Okay, so my speech is going to be about the epidemic of homelessness. So currently in Melbourne, Florida, there are approximately 31,000 homeless people on a given night. Homelessness causes severe trauma to children and youth, disrupting their relationships, putting their health and safety at risk, and hampering their development. So a few important points I'm going to touch on is emotional distress, homeless children in the U.S., different types of homelessness, and fatalities in the homeless community. Now let's look deeper into these points of homelessness. So for emotional distress, the stress of experiencing homelessness may bring up previous mental illnesses and encourage anxiety, fear, depression, sleeplessness, and substance use. Most researchers agree that the connection between homelessness and mental illness is a complicated two-way relationship. An individual's mental health may lead to cognitive and behavioral problems that make it difficult to understand a stable income or carry out daily activities in ways that encourage stable housing. So along with a emotional distress aspect of homelessness, there are average 2 million children during 1 year that experience a period of homelessness. What may this do to their mental health? Homeless children in the U.S., so there are 57% of homeless kids spend at least 1 day every month without food. In the United States, as many as 20,000 kids are forced into prostitution by human trafficking networks every year. According to the study of youth in shelters, nearly 50% reported intense conflict or physical harm by a family member as a major contribution factor to their homelessness. So according to Convent House, more than 25% of former foster children become homeless within 2 to 4 years of leaving the foster system. With this in mind, I may want to clarify that there are more than just one type of homelessness. There are many different types of homelessness, such as chronic, episodic, traditional, and hidden. According to the HHC, there are groups of people who experience homelessness in different ways, but all homelessness is characterized by extreme poverty coupled with a lack of stable housing. Here also are those who experience homelessness in varies of lengths of different time. They're short-term, long-term, and chronic, or who those experience multiple episodes of homelessness. Those who are doubled up or couch surfing may also be considered homeless for eligibility for different services. While demographic differences are varying lengths in the experience of homelessness often provide important background for service providers. My next question for you is how homelessness has impacted the death rate in the United States. So 4,000 people die on the streets every year in the US. According to the National Institute of Health, the challenges of poverty, such as lack of access to healthcare, proper nutrition, and social support, are responsible for 874,000 deaths. The new research that was just found is the average homeless person has a life expectancy of 47 years, compared to 77 for the rest of the population, a startling difference of 30 years. The life expectancy for a woman was even lower at 43 years. So some of you may be wondering, well, I know all the statistics, so what can I do to help? Well, here are some ways you could do so. Give some tangible things such as old clothes or old or used clothes. You may save people from freezing at night as they have no homes to sleep in. You can volunteer and spend your time where it counts, whether it's serving meals in a homeless shelter or providing tutoring for homeless youth. Especially on the east coast of cities, they have the highest rate of homelessness, and Washington, D.C. ranks the worst, compared to the national rate of 17 homeless people per 10,000 in the cities, with the highest rate of overall homelessness is in Washington, D.C. And the second is going to be New York City.
That's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.